Some of the dinosaurs on this planet have become corrupted, and they are taking over the Earth. To make things worse, there are titans that have been summoned, and they are destroying what is left of the world. And then there's me. I have 100 days to either take down these titans or befriend them, and put an end to the corruption. On day 1, I woke up butt naked and ready for an adventure. I gathered up some clothes so I wouldn't get arrested, and I made myself a set of tools.
Nice.
I absolutely obliterated a dodo and yoinked all of its hide, and then started running toward the center of the city. It seemed as though the world I woke up in was in ruins. I thought I was in Florida because I came across a giant alligator. It actually bit me once, and that was almost the end of my story. I noticed there were a lot of these weird Star Wars looking droids that were rolling around the city, attacking all the dinos. This Triceratops had just been killed by one, so I harvested its corpse for more resources. In order to level up my character, I grabbed a few experience notes that were scattered around the city. I then beat up a raptor and took all of his lunch money. By the end of the day, I drank some water by the extremely dirty river. If you didn't notice, there were no changes in the daylight from day 1 to day 2. Something must be terribly wrong with this place. I set up a campfire and started cooking some meat, cause I really like meat. Eventually, I came across a horse that was prancing around. I could just tell by the way it was hopping around, this had to be my first tame. I hopped on its back and started feeding it some berries to tame it. Wait a minute, can you see that? Right there on my hat. It's like right there. Look a little closer. Yup, I knew it. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. A ton of content has been added to Raid in the last year, so to get you up to speed, I've brought in Professor Death Knight to explain what's been going on, and we'll have a chat with him.
Professor Death Knight here with a lesson about Live Arena, the new PvP mode where you can fight against other players in real time. Sounds terrifying? Well, so's going to the dentist. You should still do it. Live Arena has a draft feature where you can pick and ban champions to fight for you. Teamwork. When you win matches, you'll get Live Arena crests towards unlocking special area bonuses, or so I hear. I'm too afraid to try any of this out. Alright class, any questions?
You know what, Professor Death Knight, I have to ask, what is your strategy for fighting in the new Live Arena?
Well, everyone thinks I'll go in fighting, but nobody expects my charm. My best strength is the gift of gab. So when they try to attack, I'll just be like, nice weather we're having, eh?
I don't think that's a real strategy, but anyways, that's all I've got for you, Professor, but I think you're missing a few things. Let me tell you even more about Raid's new content. For new players, you can get your hands on Stag Knight, one of the best epic champions around, as well as a skin for Stag Knight designed by JonTron. Just use the promo code JTSkin before October 7th. And don't worry, if you're not a new player, you can still get Stag Knight and the skin through an in-game event. And for those of you in a clan, Hydra Clash is a new clan-based competition where you and 4 other clans see who can smack the Hydra the hardest. Rally your clanmates and get ready. If you haven't started playing Raid yet, use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get some bonuses. We are talking an epic champion Drake and other useful things. Just hit my link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. Thank you to Raid for sponsoring this video. Once he was tamed, I named him Larry, and I started cooking up some metal in the forge. Whacking some of these river rocks was a good way to get a small amount of metal at the start. I made sure to gather wood, stone, and thatch with Larry.
Oh shit!
Later, we came across something known as an enforcer. These robots can be killed and they will drop a blueprint that allows you to craft one for yourself. Enforcers have an increased damage to corrupted dinos, which would be very useful in the future. After killing a few more higher level enforcers, I gathered some resources and started placing them in a terminal that could craft the enforcer for me. Part of the recipe for enforcers is element dust, so me and Larry went around vandalizing the city's lights to gather as much dust as possible. We came across our first corrupted dino, a Triceratops. It was ugly as fuck, so I killed it. Harvesting corrupted dinos gives you nodules, which can be used in place of polymer, which I also needed to make an enforcer. As I traveled beyond the city walls, I entered a place called the Wasteland, where corrupted dinos would spawn. They're usually strong dinos, but this corrupted dino died pretty much just because I was looking at it. It made me feel kind of ugly. I noticed a pack of ankylos were being harassed by 2 corrupted dinos, so I tried to intervene and save them. Turns out, the further into the wasteland I went, the stronger the corrupted dinos got. I didn't have much to fight back with, so I ran away like a bitch and let the ankylos die. Rest in peace, ankylos. I did, however, finally gather enough resources and smelt enough metal to make my first enforcer. Even at a low level, this thing was very fast and strong enough to take out a pair of corrupted Carnos. The problem with this thing was it was a weakling, and it could barely take any hits from the wild dino. So I started day 4 with more vandalism because I hate the city. We farmed enough element dust to make another enforcer that was better, stronger, and faster. And I also named him Larry. Now let me tell you, when I say Larry was a goddamn beast, I mean Larry was a goddamn beast. He was unstoppable, a killing machine, a fear... I decided to knock out a Pteranodon because I was tired of riding around on a piece of metal. I wanted to feel the skin, you know? I was running around looking for a dino that would give me some prime meat when I came across a Stegbro that was stuck.
Oh my god, stop bro, I'm stuck!
So I took my long, juicy pike and I murdered it.
No.
After feeding the Stegbro to the Pteranodon, I had tamed it and named it Pteranodon. I made a saddle for the Pteranodon and we were finally off to the skies. Only problem is I was way too fat. On day 5, I began upgrading my mini workplace. I was gathering some resources when I suddenly found out that Larry could levitate. Yo, what is happening to Larry? Maybe I didn't need to tame that Pteranodon after all. Regardless, I took Pteranodon the Pteranodon on a tour around the city. We came across a mysterious bubble that seemed to encapsulate a biome that was different from the outside. There was one bubble with a desert inside of it, and it held a dangerous thorny creature called the Volanosaur. I definitely need one of those later. After a few minutes of flying around the wasteland, I came across another bubble with a snow biome in it. Here, I would find dinos like the Snow Owl. After enough exploring was done, I started day 6 by taming an Argentavis. I gave it a pretty interesting name in my opinion. I needed fly a lot so I could start farming a larger amount of resources. The Argentavis can carry much more than my Pteranodon could ever. I had also spotted an Ankylosaurus nearby and I wanted to make it my metal slave. So I used a couple trank arrows and made him go sleepy time. On day 7 I was farming more element dust to make a stronger enforcer when suddenly Larry met his unfortunate fate. Wait, what? Larry? I took my new and improved enforcer, which I named EMP Grenade, and ran around the city to start leveling him up. I wanted to start doing orbital supply drops, which would give me some epic loot, but my enforcer was still kind of weak and he struggled with HP. No, it's a yellow. I don't think I can do a yellow with an enforcer. On the morning of day 8, I was feeling a little murderous. I found a beaver dam and I raided it for all the paste inside. After that, I sent the beavers to heaven. But it didn't stop there as I made sure to obliterate every single beaver dam I came across in the future. As I was returning to my base, I saw a defense unit attacking my dinos. I tried my best to save Flylot, but my efforts were useless. So I hopped back on my Pteranodon to try and look for another Argentavis. Along the way, I had spotted a wild Giga that would be useful for the future. On day 9, I found a much higher level Argentavis and I trapped it without her consent. After non-consensually taming her and naming her Asian Nugget, we flew home where she would serve me for the rest of her sorry life. In reality though, Asian Nugget was an absolute beast Giga Chad. She was able to carry Ankylo all the way to a metal spawn, and we harvested as much resources as we could carry. With the forges full of metal, it was time to find another dino called the Doedicurus, which harvests lots of stone. I flew the Doedicurus home to tame it away from the dangerous Velos.
Oh my god!
But it didn't even matter because as soon as the Doedicurus was tamed, I was ambushed once again by defense units.
Oh shit! My god, what the f is going on? Do something, PT. Jesus Christ.
I really need to move out of this place. On day 11, I took all the smelted metal I had to craft a level 145 Enforcer, which would be the strongest one yet. To level it up quickly, I ran over some explorer notes that would boost my experience gain by 4 times. Day 11 was also the day I had almost died. I wasn't really paying attention to the effects of global warming, and I almost burned into a french fry. Regardless, I spent the rest of the day getting my Enforcer all the way up to level 190. I also placed my first fabricator in my sorry ass base, then somehow my Anklo was killed by a raptor.
What? Bro.
I'm telling you, I really need to move out of this place. I killed the raptor that violated my Anklo, and I complained about the game for a little bit.
This game sucks so much balls.
Eventually, I had to replace my Larry that had died earlier, and the opportunity presented itself when I came across a level 70 Larry. There was a slight hiccup in the process,
Dude.
but I was able to pull through. This Larry was way faster, way stronger, and he had a way bigger dick. On day 12, I started construction of my new home in the Coliseum. I also made a chainsaw so I could start cutting down the trees for wood and ruin the planet more than it already is. And what do you know, as I was coming back to my bridge base,
Oh shit bags.
my dinos were being attacked by 3 defense units. Luckily, everything made it out alive, but Larry looked like he was about to cry. I quickly placed down a bunch of forges and some storage, and I brought everyone over to the new place. I had also noticed an Anklo right outside my new location, so I tamed it to replace the fallen Anklo from earlier. I named him Spike, cause you know. I wanted to head back into the snow biome to tame a snow owl, so I crafted some medical brews in a cooking pot so that I could survive the cold. I was lucky enough to find a level 135 right off the bat.
Ooh, wait a minute, boys.
But the trap that I made didn't seem to work all that well.
Oh, it just walked right through the door.
I did a quick remodel of the trap and we were all set. I'm not sure why, but I ended up naming him Healy. Upon returning home, I was reminded once more that I really needed to start doing orbital supply drops for better loot. Before I could head out to search for one, there were a few things that needed to be done. I crafted an industrial forge with all the metal that I had smelted earlier. I made sure to fill the forge up with wood so I could start crafting gunpowder for ammo. After a quick metal run, I took my newly tamed owl to the King Titan terminal, where we would be able to craft cryopods. The snow owl can't carry the Enforcer like the Argentavis can, so I would have to transport the Enforcer in this cryopod. I spent the next few days industrializing my base, expanding on the platform, and creating massive amounts of spark and gunpowder. Then finally, on day 17, it was time to complete my first ever orbital supply drop. The blue drop is the easiest tier of drops to do. Corrupted dinos will spawn in waves, and it is my job to defend the drop for the loot inside. But for real, this drop was light work. The corrupted dinos were so small and such low levels, they didn't even get close to breaking the drop. What the? Unfortunately, the easy difficulty also resulted in not so good loot. 218 Ascendant crossbow, a bunch of cryopods, The best thing I had got out of that drop was all the hide and the corrupted nodules from harvesting the dead bodies. I guess the new ghillie suit was kinda cool too. I spent the rest of day 18 crafting trank arrows so I could tame myself a few Volanosaurs. These are spiky dinos that are found in the desert biome. They can shoot spikes out of their face and deal a thick amount of damage, so I had to be very careful with tranking them out. Oh god, I'm scared. Instead of trapping them, I stood somewhere above them so their spikes couldn't get to me. There you go, it's running now. Got him. There you go, 2 lamb chops. Velo. I did, however, have a very close call with another Velo that would have ended me. Oh no, that was so close. Come on, wake up. There you go. Velo. I worked through day 19 searching for a male Velo to breed with the females I had tamed. Oh my god. Let's go. Came out 216. Pretty good stamina, 41 stam, but everything else is bad. And before leaving the desert, I made sure to grab some obsidian to make some upgrades to my kit. I tossed out Spike and Asian Nugget to farm some metal when we were ambushed by a pack of raptors. Oh, shit. Luckily, Spike was able to farm 666 metal, so I knew he was satanic. I took out the rest of the pack with my tender hands, and we continued farming metal. When I returned home, I transferred the metal to the forge with my transfer tool, and I tossed out the Velos in preparation for sexy time. By now, I had smelted enough metal to make an industrial cooker, which would make med brews much faster than my old cooking pots. Nice. Later, the Velos had woken up and they fought. After collecting their fertilized eggs, I crafted up some air conditioners and started clearing an area to raise the babies. In ARK, raising your own dinos is beneficial because the dinos have an increased amount of damage and HP with an imprint buff. Ayy, 225. I plan to raise Velos to protect my base like this. I crafted a... Wait, when did my PT die? I crafted myself a harpoon gun in preparation of taming more dinos and spent the rest of the day raising more Velos. On day 23, it was time to start making a greenhouse. I was working on the piping for it when a female micro bitch attacked me. Oh, get slumped, kid. Instead of ending her life, I decided to spare it and take her along with me. Yeah, that'll do. I played some Fortnite back in the day, so I cranked out some 90s and finished the greenhouse unbelievably fast. In order to get the fertilizer for the greenhouse, I needed a Phiomia that would provide me with lots of poop.
Can I just go poop?
What level is this? I tried to trank one out, but it was way too weak. Oh my god, bro. How did it just get folded in one shot? Damn it. I did find one later though, and I made it scream really loud. God, they sound so ugly. Let's go! I then took Larry and gathered some stimberries that would be used for the Phiomia to take a shit. I only need stimberries, basically. No, seriously, they actually, do poop a lot. If you didn't believe me, here is some live, unedited footage of the Phiomia pooping. I proceeded to take all 112 feces and place it in my greenhouse. It really does not smell good in there. I'm now at the point where I needed to start thinking about how I was going to kill the Titans. Killing them would not only unlock engrams for high-tech gear, but also get me one step closer to defeating the King Titan and saving this sorry world. This really sorry world. An extremely sorry excuse for a plan. I started searching near the snow biome for gigas that I could breed and use to take down the desert titan. Level 15. What level are you? Wait, that's actually 24 melee? Is that even that bad? As I was headed back to the base to get some taming gear for the gigas, I spotted a yellow drop. Wait, what is this? Is this yellow or blue? That's yellow. This was the next step up from a blue drop, and I wanted to try out my newly raised Velos on it before the drop despawned. It became very clear to me that the velo was not meant to be used up close. Hey yo, these things are actually clapping the shit out of me. I found the velo to be strongest when we posted up on a rock away from the drop and mowed down the oncoming corrupted dinos.
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Larger dinos like the Carnosaurs and Paracers were spawning, but I clearly had no problem at all. Oh, there's Calicos now. I think this is the last round. I finished defending the drop on day 26 and I was rewarded with much better loot than the blue one. Eject items. Give it to me.
Hey, yo, what the
Hey yo, wait, we got a nice shotgun out of that. That's pretty sicko mode if you ask me. And then it was back to trapping the Giga. Let's just set up a trap. I made a very simple trap. Is that too big?
That's what she said.
And the big dumb Giganotosaurus fell right into it. Come here. Oh shit, oh shit. There, it's trapped. Is this thing trapped? Alright, yeah, it's trapped. We're good. Oh my god, I hit the... Holy... Wait, did you see what just happened? I shot that Pteranodon on accident. It flew away from me and ran into the Giga, and now it's dead. And that was all my fault. While tranking him out, I sadly watched a deer commit suicide. No! Oh my god. I just witnessed a deer commit suicide. On that note, remember, if you need someone to talk to, become a YouTube member right now by clicking the join button, or you can find the link in the description. After that, make sure to join my Discord and hang out there. I was shooting arrows into its booty cheeks and I got a little too close to him when he reminded me why he was the king of the jungle. Right in the face a little bit. Blind him. Oh my god. That was not funny. Dude, I actually almost died from that. Now you're probably wondering, how was this Giga going to help me kill the Desert Titan, which is a flying creature? Well, of course, that's where this next dino, the Quetzal, comes into play. You'll see what I mean. The stats don't really matter. I was able to find one floating around the green obelisk. I grappled to Healy so I could shoot it with a net, and then I tried knocking it out quickly with Larry. See if that hits. It should hit. No, it went too far. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's really not good. Can I still... Oh no! Right on the Rex. Unfortunately, it got out before I could make it unconscious. No! I quickly went back to base to make a proper metal trap and tried once more. But apparently I'm garbage at making traps. Bruh. Did it knock out? That was a weird unconscious. Once the Quetzal was out, I didn't want to leave it on the ground as these things can take a while to tame. So I grabbed a lasso and dragged it with Larry all the way back to my base. Let's go. His face was probably really sore, but I was able to get him tamed anyway. Here you go. In order to make a saddle for the Quetzal, I needed silica pearls. I searched the snow biome for some, but I didn't find any at all. That's when I remembered there were white rocks in the wasteland that gave silicate, which could be used in place of pearls. Silicate. We need 220 of this. So I had to fly all the way home, cryopod my Ankelo, and fly back to harvest a good amount. Let's try the Anki. Oh yeah. On my way back home, I spotted another yellow drop and threw out my Giga. So this one is a yellow. I think we can do this. I knew the Giga would have no trouble at all, but I wanted to help level him up. The Paretes is getting shredded. It's 2023 and Wildcard has still not fixed the spawning for certain OSDs. I had to go around with a shotgun to kill some of the stragglers. Thank you, Wildcard. It's this Arthur. There you go. Loot! I got some new blueprints for better gear and a shit ton of polymer from this drop. Those are some good flak blueprints. When I got back home, there was a deer roaming my property. Excuse me, sir, this is private property. Now, assuming this wasteland is America, we all know how we feel about people roaming our private property. I warned him. With the new Quetzal saddle crafted, I started constructing the ultimate contraption that would allow my Giga to fly. Yes, you heard that correct. My Giga was gonna be airborne. Let's see if this works. It's working, right? Thank God all the girls on this planet are extinct because I would be getting way too many right now. This flying Giga was going to be the perfect shredding machine for the Desert Titan. But before I could get to that, I needed to tame a Managarmer that would help me traverse through the cave where the Desert Titan slept. I don't want it to like get up and then run away. Oh, it's unconscious. Nice. I was going to name it Ice Dragon because I like dragon. Dragging these nuts on you. The Managarmer also helped me shred through any dino I came across with its ice breath. I used the Managarmer to start farming corrupted hearts. I needed 100 of these bad boys just to summon the Desert Titan. $100 hearts. I also needed to farm fire talons, which can be obtained from killing wyverns. Turns out I'm so bad at ARK Survival Evolved and I wasn't even paying attention to how much stamina I had left. I got stuck fighting a wyvern and I didn't have enough stamina to run, so I had no choice but to fight. The wyvern's breath, however, was just too powerful and it sent my ice kitten to a better place. No. Come on. Dude! I can't get stam. Holy shit, almost. Oh my god. That was close. After rethinking my life and wondering why I was still playing ARK in 2023, I mustered up the strength to move on. I remembered that instead of going to the wyverns in the wasteland, I could make the wyverns come to me by defending a red orbital supply drop. It was on the morning of day 37 that I came across my first red orbital, the second highest tier. And just a few waves in, we were harvesting tons of fire talons with ease. There's 5 wyverns here. Oh my god. Nice. Oh nice, I got 10 fire talons. As a bonus, I was able to collect a massive amount of corrupted hearts for the other titans and was gifted a decent amount of loot, including black pearls and new blueprints. Bunch of black pearls. Whoa, 127 walls. I had gathered everything I needed to fight the Desert Titan, but I wanted to breed my Giga and raise another male in case things went wrong. So I went back to the low-level female near the snow biome and tamed her up.
Hello, motherfucker.
Alright. I think we got trapped. Back at home, it was time to watch the Gigas smash. And they gave me an egg. Let's go! All that sex watching made me want to cut my hair, so I gave myself a ponytail. Nah, I want to do a ponytail. I made my Phiomia have diarrhea once again because the greenhouse was running low on fertilizer. After about an hour, the Giga was ready to hatch. I went out with the Giga to collect some meat for the baby, and then this happened. Wait, what the? No! Bruh, I lost the OG enforcers. The arms of the angel. The Velos were apparently on off duty, so I was definitely going to have a talk with them. After having a serious conversation with the Velos, I decided to make them bang each other. Whilst I let those eggs incubate, I headed over to the snow biome to tame more Managarmers. I started with taming a few low-level females just to breed with, as well as a high-level male that would host all the good stats. There you go. It's knocked out. Let's see what we got here. Damn, 37 melee. Back at home, the Manas gave birth to tiny little ice kittens. I thought they were really cute at first, but upon checking their stats, I sent them right back to the creators. This one sucks. I was running low on metal again, so I went to hit up the ravine and smash out another large batch of resources. When I returned home, I was very glad to see that the Velos listened to the conversation we had. They were successfully defending my base. I did another meat run to keep up with the raising baby dinos, and I bred the Manas again, but still had no luck on the stats. I don't think these are good stats. Now the Velos were getting a little too aggressive. One of them killed this herbivore, and everybody knows herbivores are passive friendly dinos. Did you do this? Huh? I was going to have yet another conversation with my Velos. So what I'm doing here is waiting until I breed a Giga that has the good melee. I'm ready to fight the Desert Titan, but I don't want to go into the fight with just one Giga with a good stat, as I'm afraid if I lose the fight, I will also lose the Giga's good stat forever. I wanted to keep one male at home while I take another into the fight. While I was staring at the incubator, I unfortunately lost Larry too. No! No! The defense units had penetrated me again.
That's what she said!
I looked over Larry's dead-ass body, and I thought to myself, how many conversations do I have to have with my Velos before they get it right? I then used his body for meat. Whilst I waited for the Giga breeding timer to run down, I kept busy by doing another red orbital supply drop nearby. These things are really boring, but I'm the creator and you're the viewer, so I can just speed it up like this. And bam, we're done. There we go. I ejected the loot just like I ejected on your mom. Finally, on day 47, I was blessed with 2 high-level Managarmers. This one has everything. Health, melee, stem. I was also blessed with a male Giga that had its father's good stats. I named it Hazard because this thing was gonna be dangerous. Now, of course, even though we have the dinos with the good stats, we still have to wait for them to raise. The Desert Titan was gonna die of old age before we got to fight him, but to keep busy, I found myself an element vein in the wasteland. All you have to do is defend these purple veins from corrupted dinos, and in the end you can harvest them for element, which is used to make high-tech gear as the endgame of ARK. The vein took quite a bit because the creatures weren't spawning, but in the end we walked away with about 1000 element. That was about 1000 element, not bad. On day 49, my newly raised Managarmer was ready to go. He was named Pika, and I have no idea why. I very quickly leveled him up and healed him with Healy. Day 50 was pretty slow as I mostly hatched new dinos to raise. I also should have done this way earlier, but I got some spike walls from an orbital supply drop and placed them around the Coliseum. There you go. Nothing is allowed in. I hate all the creatures of ARK. We'll speedrun through the next few days as they were generally pretty boring. A lot of resource farming and raising my Giga. And finally on day 52, Hazard was fully grown. To level him up, I quickly started a red orbital supply drop, and I was extremely lucky to have got a mech blueprint, which is a giant robot that was used to protect Earth. Obviously, they must not work that good though, since, you know, everything on Earth went extinct. Wait, did that say a mech? I think I just got a mech. Nice.
But on the gas bags, you can avoid every up.
With everything finally in place, I set off on my Quetzal for the desert biome. We're off. Flyers aren't able to fly in caves, so I parked the Quetzal just outside and I used Pika to traverse the inside. I grabbed the artifact to summon the Titan and prepared myself for the challenge to come. This is it, the final piece that I need for the Desert Titan. Here we go. When I was teleported out of the cave, my character started running goofy as hell. Why am Why is my character running like this? We need to go to our Quetzal. I'm gonna put the behavior to aggressive. I'm telling you boys, if there were any girls watching this right now, they would definitely be asking for my number. I flew the Giga close to the Titan and stayed near its belly so that the lightning attack wouldn't be able to hit me. Holy shit! It's doing so much damage. The Giga was absolutely shredding the Titan to pieces. The Desert Titan is kind of like a glass cannon. It can deal tons of damage, but it can't really take much. With my engrams unlocked, I quickly headed home to craft myself a tech replicator. This was going to be a crucial piece in defeating the Forest and Ice Titan, as the replicator is required to craft the mech. Day 56 through day 59 were spent doing an element vein and another red orbital supply drop. Nothing super exciting. We did, however, get tons of epic loot. But day 60 is when I had enough element and resources to craft the level 104 mech. Ooh, 31%. This thing was bussin', no cap. Damn. It popped out as red, which is my favorite color, and it came equipped with a blaster that sent anything and everything to outer space. I decided to take hazard and quickly do another orbital supply drop. Nothing really exciting. After that, I gathered everything I needed and made my way down to the sunken forest, where I would find the cave that would summon the Forest Titan.
You should be alright, and over here we have the platform area.
The Managarm was fast, but it was too weak to handle the dinos that live in this cave. Luckily, Hazard was able to fit the whole way through. Wow, an Ascendant Sling. Artifact of the Growth. Once the Titan was summoned in, I loaded up the mech with some element and kept my distance. Wonder if it reaches. It does. The mech's gun was powerful and it had enough range. I just had to make sure the Titan didn't hit me.
No.
Wait, did it just turn into a tree? It's kind of sad actually. After grinding the Forest Titan back down to sawdust, I went home and placed the element in the mech so that I could start healing for the next fight. Enable auto repair. And for those of you wondering, no, the Snow Owl cannot heal with this hunk of metal. I quickly did a bit of breeding, and then I moved my Quetzal to the top of the Colosseum. I don't think I was ever going to need him again, so he's kind of just decoration now.
And there's the artifact of the void.
Everything was ready to go to defeat the Ice Titan. The ice cave was also big enough to allow Hazard to trek through. My nipples were hard, but I quickly grabbed the artifact and summoned him in. There you go. The Ice Titan was acting hella crazy, and his attacks were doing way too much damage. Holy shit! Wait, does it do that all the time? Thankfully, the mech comes equipped with jet boots for mobility. Oh shit, oh shit. This one seems a lot more faster. It didn't always help though, since the Ice Titan has a jumping attack. Oh shit, why does it do so much damage? I kept my distance and played my cards right, and obviously I came out on top. Killing the Ice Titan completed all of the tech engrams I needed to make a badass suit. I went home right away and hopped in the tech replicator and crafted this giga chat of a set. Oh, look at this. We're invincible now. Or at least better protected. And we'll get lots of girls. I also made myself a tech rifle and shot some of the laser beams at the wildlife for fun. God damn, this thing shreds. If you thought I wasn't getting any girls before this, well, you can bet your bottom dollar I had enough metal smelted to finally upgrade my base to its final form. Equipped with a new crafting station and storage area, I was pretty happy with how it turned out. Now it was time to fight the King Titan. But after reading a lot of Reddit posts, I came to the conclusion I was not going to be able to defeat the Titan with just a mech or a giga. I needed to call upon the help of something stronger. So I went back into the Sunken Forest for a chance to make the Forest Titan my partner. When I resummoned the Forest Titan, he was probably really pissed off, thinking I was going to turn him into sawdust again. Well, he was very glad to know I was going to save him by destroying the corrupted nodules that were making him so angry. It was an extremely long process, as I had to evade his attacks while being precise with the shots that would only hit the corrupted nodules. Holy shit. Okay, it did so much damage to me. I got hit one time and I lost 5,000 health. Sick. Oh, let's go. I destroyed one. It looks like the nodule came off. Did I just break off its arm?
Why'd you do that?
What the? And finally, on day 68, the Forest Titan was freed. Oh shit. Tame Kaiju. The Forest Titan has been tamed. Oh my god, this thing is massive. Alright, the Forest Titan is cool and all, but it is a pain in the ass to walk this thing. This thing was towering, but it was also really slow. I'm not kidding when I say it took me an entire day to walk this thing home. Oh, by the way, it's day 69. The best day of the episode, as always. I'm not sure why I brought it home, as I couldn't even fit it inside the Coliseum. Regardless, I did even more browsing through Reddit and decided I still needed more power. So I headed back to the ice cave where my nipples got hard again, and I summoned in Big Boy. The Ice Titan was very tricky to tame, as the corrupted nodules that spawned on him were in hard to reach places. No, I missed. That's gonna miss. Oh, it broke already. Now it's on his shoulder. I only have about 13 left. There was, however, a period of time when the Ice Titan was distracted by some wildlife, and I had the opportunity to deal some damage. I think that hit him. There you go. Oh, is he tameable now? Oh my gosh, that wasn't even that bad. We got an alpha Ice Titan. If you're wondering, no, I'm not going to tame the Desert Titan because that flying pancake is extremely ugly. We hopped all the way home and I started farming the tributes to summon the King Titan. I needed a lot of Alpha Rex teeth, but the problem was how rare they are to find. Oh, we got 2 teeth from that. But the same way I made the wyverns come to me at a red drop, I could make the alpha rexes come to me at a purple drop. Purple drop. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do this with just my Giga, so of course I walked the Ice Titan all the way to the drop. Seriously though, they need to make these things walk faster or something. The purple drop, despite being the highest tier, was easy peasy lemon squeezy. We basically camped the drop with the Titan and slammed down his fist until everything was dead. That is the people's fist right there. Look at that. The people's fist. Boom! The loot was surprisingly mediocre, but that's not what we're here for. I think that's everything. Now it was time for the final phase of my extinction journey. So this is where we fight the Titan. The King Titan, I should say. I cryopotted a few Gigas that had raised to assist me on this fight, and started walking the Titans to the King Terminal. This is it, boys. God. Where is he? Oh shit. He's so massive. Let's see how much damage we can do. The battle was fought long and hard. Very long and very hard. Things were looking grim as the King Titan started killing off a few of my Gigas. No! No! Dude, we're taking massive damage. But through hard work and dedication, and a little bit of salt and pepper, the King Titan was dead. Oh, did we beat it? Is he dead? I paid my respects to the Gigas who fought valiantly in this fight, although they probably didn't really need to come and die, but I had finally released the world of its corruption. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate you doing so. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and join my Discord to know when I'm live for these playthroughs. As always, drive fast, do a lot of drugs. Don't forget to use the link in my description for Raid Shadow Legends.